on, inbound. Stop at her, okay.
I am loving Star Wars Squadrons. The single player campaign was fun. The multiplayer was one of the most intense, chaotic, holy hell experiences I've ever had in a video game. The immersion is unmatched. Sitting in the cockpit of these Star Wars fighters is unbelievable. Even when my team and I get wrecked, it is still an enjoyable experience. Mostly enjoyable. Sometimes I want to rage quit like I did almost 20 years ago playing Counter-Strike, getting opped constantly on dust. I love the game. When I'm not playing it, I want to play it. When I'm playing it, I want to keep playing it. And I haven't even tried it in VR yet. Blasting an enemy starfighter head on and flying through its smoldering metal guts while ripping through the other side of its fireball at full speed is one of the most satisfying things in a video game. And it's Star Wars. But there's one concern here from me. And look, this is super premature. The game only came out a couple days ago. But my biggest concern is longevity. I mentioned this in my review. There are 2 multiplayer game modes, dogfight and fleet battles. There's a limited amount of collectibles that you can earn. They are really cool, but limited. In terms of staying power, unless you're a huge Star Wars fan or just massively into games like this, I kind of have a feeling that a sizable portion of folks will drop off noticeably sooner than they would with other titles. Maybe, I could be wrong, but I'm looking at the scope of multiplayer content here and the plan, as of now, as far as I know, to not release post-launch content. I don't think it'll be a case of the game not being fun anymore for people. I think it'll just be a case of there's just not more moving forward in the game. And look, I respect the old school style of here's your full game as is. This is the title, this is the release, boom, $40, enjoy, no microtransactions, none of that stuff, $40, knock yourself out, kid. I appreciate that, I like it. I wish more games did that. But at the same time, I want this damn game to survive for a long while. And I'd love to see post-release content, even if that's in the distant future. I don't know what that post-release content would be. I mean, so much of the game is shoot down the other team. That's kind of what you do in a flight sim space combat game, right? But I'd like to see some game modes that are a little out of the box. Maybe like a game mode where you have to protect a VIP, where your team has to protect a specific ship that's controlled by a player who's trying to make it across the map before being destroyed. Or, I don't know, even a game of capture the flag would be a ton of fun, where both teams have a big ass space station with maybe like 5 things that you have to capture, and then you capture the enemy's things, and you have to bring those things to your station, and then you'll win the game. I just love to see more to ensure longevity of the game. That's all I'm saying. So yeah, this all feels super premature for me to say only 5 days after the game came out. But I can see it happening in the distant, maybe not too distant, future. I really hope what's here now is enough to keep people around for a long time. It'll definitely keep me around for a long time. You know, if you inhale and exhale Star Wars, I'm sure you'll be around for a long time too. Every match feels different. Every match is just as intense as the last. The immersion is there. I can't say enough good things about how fun this damn game is. But yeah, what do you guys think? Is the staying power there if the content we have now is all the content we'll ever have for Star Wars Squadrons? Star Wars Squadrons feels like just a highly competitive game that you would see tournaments played in, right? Like you see first-person shooter tournaments, or you see like these big, massive arena game, like a Dota kind of thing, tournaments, you know. I could see Star Wars Squadrons having tournaments and being this highly competitive game, because it is so challenging, and the learning curve is so steep. And if you're good, and if you suck, oh boy, you better look out. And I look at a game like Counter-Strike, right? It's been around, I mentioned it earlier in this video, but it's been around for like almost 20 years. And sure, they have added a ton to that game over the years. Maps, weapons, all sorts of stuff. They've released multiple different iterations of the game to update it over the past 20 years. I would just love to see Squadrons kind of have that kind of longevity, because the mechanics are there. The competitiveness is there. It's a game that could live on for a very long time. The only thing holding it back, in my opinion, and we'll have to see if this is true in the future, but the only thing holding it back is potentially the quantity of what's there presently. But we'll see. Time to go play Squadrons.